Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Grog Q. Welcome to the third lesson in Start from the Beginning playing guitar. Um, Starting from scratch. So if this is your first time seeing me, you might want to go back. I'll leave the playlist um, probably right up here so you can get started on the other videos. This is for brand new guitarists. Welcome back if you've been here before. Um, Welcome to lesson 3. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. It doesn't hurt. Hit that button. And some people actually don't know this, but there's a little bell next to the subscribe button. I hope I'm not talking down to people, but a couple people didn't know. If you hit the little bell next to the subscribe, that will notify you whenever I drop a new video. So I'd also like to welcome my new members. We've got Maestro Dr. T and Lisa A are new. And then we got Sunflower Girl, Ted O'Sullivan, and Jared Camarada. I'd like to thank you guys for joining the Grog community. And just for a couple bucks a month, if you'd like to do that and help me out, you can do that too. There's also, you could leave me a one-time thing, but I don't want to talk about a whole lot of money at the beginning. So anyway, let's get started. So if you've been with me before, you've learned the parts of the guitar, you've learned the strings and everything like that. What I'd like to start off with is for some of you who might not have tuners, I'm going to play you the notes. If anybody actually needs help using a tuner, if you're having trouble with it, let me know and maybe I'll do a video on that. But I'm just going to play the notes for you so you can get tuned if you don't have one. This is the E, the low E. You can pause if you can't get it and rewind, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. That's the A, the 5th string. The D. G. B. And the E. Oh, sorry, and the E. I want to start off practicing the chords we learned last week, and what I want to do here is if we had you had the G chord, right? But we're going to add the first finger and the second finger to make that a full G chord. These are going to be two chords that are very important to you through your guitar career. So you remember this, you got the first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. So you're going to put the first finger on the second fret. These are the frets, 1, 2, 3. First finger, you're going to take your second finger and put it on the third fret. And then you're going to take your third finger, which is what we had here last week. So we had the G. Now, if you're having trouble getting that to sound good, you want to get your finger as close to the fret without being on top of it as possible. You want to get just behind the fret. Okay? And that way, if you get close up if you play it on top, it's going to sound dull. If you play it too far back, it's going to buzz. So you know you're playing it wrong if you hear that. Or if you hear, why is it so dull? So you want right behind the fret. And then slowly strum all the strings. So hopefully you've been practicing that. And then when you go to the D, then you have the first finger, the second finger, and the third finger. So you see how these are the frets and these are the strings. So when there's an X on it, that means you don't play it. When there's an O on it, that means you play it open. And then there's the numbers that you play with the fingers. So we're going to start here. And now one thing when you're strumming these two chords, you don't have to worry that much about playing the bottom strings. It's not going to sound terrible. See, right there I'm playing the A. It doesn't sound bad with the D. It's just not a proper D chord. It's an inversion, but once again, that's too much. The reason why I say those difficult things is not to show off. It's that I know that sometimes more advanced people watch my videos and they like to correct me on things. So I would just want to make sure that I know. So anyway, so you have the D and the G. Now I have a couple videos on helping you switch between the chords, trying to get all your fingers going straight down from the top. And once you feel like you get it, you want to try to see if you can start doing it without looking. That's a couple steps down the road, but you want to try and do that. So what we're going to do here is, just for a minute, we're going to strum 4 times on each chord, and I'm going to pause just a little bit to let you change, but then after I'm done, I'm going to just do it without pausing. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then switch. So change. Sorry, I didn't pause, but I'll now we're going to do it without pausing. Now you can pause the video and rewind. And watch how I try to get all my fingers down at the same time. I would say that the first finger, like microscopically, goes the first finger milliseconds before the other ones, but it's kind of like it's a flow, So then the 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. And you want to make sure while you're strumming that you're hearing all those notes clear. So I taught you the easy way to play the G chord last week, just to give you something to work with, but you want to fill it out and play the full G chord. D, 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 D. So make sure you work on that. So another thing about tips on the changing chords is to try to, as you're about to change, think ahead and try to anticipate where you're going. So I know I'm going, that first finger is going to go here. So I'm like looking, I'm like, okay. Okay, so I'm going to teach you some new chords next week, or at least one new chord next week. But right now I'd like to work on a little bit of picking, because that's what we're going to be doing, strumming and picking in hopefully just about every video. So right now we're just going to use the first and second finger, and what we're going to practice, and I'm going to teach you as we go along. I'm going to teach you the notes and their names and stuff, but right now I just want you to look at my hands and see what I'm doing. So I'm doing the first finger and the second finger here, okay? And I'm hitting the note open. Then I'm doing the second fret, third fret, second fret, open, okay? So what I want you to do is, we're going to count on 4s also. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, second, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, Sorry, I can't even do. Okay, let's edit that. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do that slow until you get those fingers down quick. Then we're gonna move up to the 5th string. And I had a question about this before. We say up and down. Basically, this is down. This is the lowest note, and this is the highest. So when you move from here to here, even though in the world you're going down, we call it up on the guitar because you're going up in notes. You're going higher in the notes. So this is the 5th string. So we're going up to the higher to the 5th string, and we're going to do the same thing with the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're doing. Oh, I noticed in my other videos, I noticed a clicking noise, and I thought it was some kind of electronic thing, but I realized that I have this plastic cover on the floor, and when I ever might tap my foot, I can hear it in the thing, so I'm gonna have to stop tapping my foot. All right, so now we're moving up to the D, which is the 4th string, and we're gonna do the same thing. Now we're moving up to the next one. Next one. So it's not going to sound good as far as the, it's not in the same key, but you know, your ear might go, why does that sound weird? But and then up to the high E, the 1st string. Now let's go back down. Okay, you got that? Now what I want you to practice with that is I want you to practice playing it at the same pace. And then once you get comfortable with it, you want to speed it up a little bit. If you have a metronome, that can help because that'll keep you in pace. If you don't have a metronome, just tap your foot. But sometimes as you get more comfortable with it, you naturally want to start playing it faster. Or if you're not comfortable with it, you want to play it slower. So start at the slowest pace that you can do until you get it, you know, and then if you can go. Now if you notice, I'm picking all of this, remember we talked about last week, downstrokes, right? Now what I want you to do, and I want you to wait until you've got that down, I want you to start doing that alternating back and forth. So you're going to go down. So see how I'm alternating back and forth? Down, up, 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 down, up. And do that same thing that we just did where you did all downstrokes. Now you're going to do it alternating. So you're going to go. Okay. Now if you're having problem the alternating picking, just stay on one string, one note, and just practice that. Now what I'm doing is the arm is relaxed. And it's not like strumming where you're doing the whole arm. This is all coming just from, can you see my hand? Slightly, the pick is slightly angled, so you don't want, a lot of people want to pick, okay, so you see how this is here, straight down. What you want to do is when you have your hand, your pick there's going to be about that much out. It's going to be slightly angled against the string as you alternate up and down. It'll get more comfortable and it'll get more natural as you're doing it, but a lot of times at the beginning you want to have it 90 degrees, but you don't. You want it slightly angled. Okay? All right, so that's going to be enough for that part of it. Now what I want to do is, everybody hates this part, but there's always going to be some theory that you need to learn, and this is just basic theory. Depending on how long these lessons go and how far it goes, maybe I'll get deeper into it. I'm always going to get a little bit more into it when I need to. But what I thought you really should know is, and you'll see it here at the bottom of the chart, each of these is your E, A, D, G, B, right? And each of these is the notes going up to the 5th fret. So you've got E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, okay? And you'll notice that the A, the next string is also an A. It's the same note, right? You can hear that, it's the same note. You just start over here and then you go up again. Now you might wonder why there's no E sharp and there's no B sharp. We're not going to get into that now. Just trust me that there isn't. So what you want to do is let's make it simple, and let's just name those first strings with me. The first fret, it's the 6th string. We're going to go E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Now you don't need to really play these now. I just want you to memorize. Actually, you can play them if you want, but it'd probably be easier for you to just slide up with your first finger. So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, G sharp, G, F sharp, F, E. Okay? And do that and try to memorize those. If you want to move on and memorize more of them, you can. We'll get into how we figure those out now, but some of these things at the early stages are easier to memorize, and then later on explain to you what they're all about. But if you notice, once you get up to the first string, it starts over again because it starts on an E. So you're just going to go E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A as you go up. I noticed last week that I felt like or a week and a half ago, that the video was a little bit long and might have been intimidating, so I want to try and stick to a little bit shorter in these lessons. Let me know in the comments which one you like, if you like a lot in the lesson or a little in the lesson. And please feel free to ask me any questions. I know right now it's a little bit boring, but we'll get going soon. Once you get that D and G and one more chord down, we're going to start doing some cool strumming, and I'm going to also show you some little picking stuff you can do. Thanks a lot for coming by. These lessons are going to come out on Sunday. I'm trying really hard to do it. If you've hung out this long, then maybe you care a little bit about what's going on with me. In my intro video that you see on my page, I talk about how I take care of my mom, and I work, and I really want to try to get these videos out on a regular basis, but sometimes it's really hard. But I'll try to, when I'm not going to have one coming, I'll try to leave you a message on when it's coming, but I'm going to try to do the lessons on Sunday, and I hope you're here for it. I'm also have all kinds of other things. I've got some, if you're not a brand new guitarist, you're probably not still here at the end, but I've got some cover songs that I'm sorry, some original songs you can listen to, and I've got some other lessons for quick tips on guitar. Thanks for coming. Thanks to my members, my new members, and I should have another video coming soon with this. Not another lesson video, but another video coming this week, and then next Sunday I'll have lesson 4. So I look forward to it, and I hope you guys hang with me. Take it easy.